Hey guys, it's Hunt for Games. It's that time of year again where seemingly after months of waiting, every game is released almost simultaneously. And to make matters worse, this year they're all pretty good. As tough as it may be, whether you're buying for yourself or as a gift for somebody else, you might have to make a choice here about what game you're going to buy on day one and what you're going to hold off on until a convenient price drop arrives. With the top 3 multiplayer shooters of the season finally here, I'm here to help with the impressions of all 3 and the unique aspects that each brings to the table. Out of Halo 5, Call of Duty Black Ops 3, and Star Wars Battlefront, which wins out in the best purchase, the best overall value for you or your soon-to-be very pleased gift receiver? Let's get into it. Well, the good news is you can't really go wrong. After having spent a lot of time with each of these titles, I can honestly say I think they're all great in their own way, and a worthy investment of your time and hard-earned cash. So let's start out with Halo 5. Halo was one of the first truly fun multiplayer shooters on consoles, and that was many years and a different developer ago. Luckily, 343 seems to really have come into their own with Guardians, offering a great example of how classic multiplayer can still offer a great time in this fun new age of gaming. Slayer, Capture the Flag, and a plethora of others all feel great, and there are a large variety of weapon types to keep players engaged for hours on end. But that's not to say it's a one-trick pony unwilling to try new things, with Warzone's really shaking things up. Warzones is an insanity-filled battle with people fighting AI, while people are fighting other people, who are engaged with the AI, who are fighting yet more people. It's just nuts. Add to that all the fun of the rec card system to constantly get you excited about new skins, new weapon and vehicle cards. It's easy to see why people keep coming back. On top of that is the action-packed 4-player co-op campaign that, while limited in story, has some great open areas and set pieces for a fun, engaging Halo experience. Some unfortunate misses like local split screen can't hold back Halo 5 from being one of the best in the series. Another downside, unfortunately, is that it's only available for Xbox One. But if you or your loved one own one, it's definitely worth a buy for any fans of the series. Next release was Call of Duty Black Ops 3, at number 80 bajillion in the Call of Duty franchise. Many fans were concerned that this old dog was out of tricks, and the Juggernaut might have finally gotten stale. If the general reaction is any indication, though, there's nothing to worry about with Treyarch's latest entry, which builds upon its predecessors to create one of the deepest, most customizable experiences in the whole series. With countless ways to modify your character's appearance, loadout, skills, kill streaks, weapon skins, utilities, you can make sure that your player plays exactly the way you want. Fun maps and game modes only enhance that, creating some tense and enjoyable multiplayer experiences, whether playing alone or with other friends. Add to that a fresh incarnation of the famous Zombies mode, a minigame almost worthy of its own title, and you're starting that up to quite a value. The campaign, while not the best in the series, is still really enjoyable, and a fun way to spend an afternoon or two with 3 other friends with its optional 4-player co-op. So finally, the newest entry on this list is Star Wars Battlefront. This multiplayer-only entry attempts to bring back the classic joy of shooting stormtroopers with blasters while X-Wing and TIE fighters swoop by overhead. With an attention to detail that's setting the bar in realistic representation of movie-based games, it's definitely the most gorgeous game on this list. DICE didn't just stop with the visuals, though, in their quest to bring the movies to life, with sound effects that will make you swear you're 5 years old again watching the movies for the first time. Bringing a plethora of game modes to all corners of the galaxy far, far away, Battlefront will let you play in some of the most iconic locales in the Star Wars universe, in modes like Blast, Supremacy, and the large-scale Walker Assault. On top of that, Battlefront brings back the classic Hero mode, allowing you to briefly take over some of the most powerful characters ever graced the silver screen. Shoot first with the Han, cut a swath through Rebel scum as Darth Vader, and even spend some time as everyone's favorite bounty hunter, Boba Fett. Alongside the competitive multiplayer battles are side missions, played either alone or with a friend, that act as both enjoyable battles against AI and tutorials for certain game modes or objectives. A great title for either large or small groups of friends. Any Star Wars fan is certain to find something they like with this one. So I obviously have fairly high opinions of all these titles, making choosing one pretty difficult for me. But ultimately, the best value for me would have to be Call of Duty Black Ops 3, as purely a most bang for your buck purchase. Between the single player, the addictive multiplayer, and the unique Zombies mode, there's clearly a lot of diversity here in how you can spend your time. While Battlefront has been a blast, it really has. There's no denying its lack of single player campaign, and while vehicle combat is amazing, it doesn't really add the diversity that Zombies brings to the table. Halo is a closer contender here in terms of value, with a large variety of like the standard modes and then war zones to shake things up. And on top of that, future modes and map packs are being released as free DLC, making it probably the cheapest long-term option if you want to continue playing all the new content as it's released for any of these titles. I'm not saying Star Wars Battlefront is a bad choice by any means, as what it does well, it does extremely well. But the other two titles certainly have more diversity out of the box if you're trying to pick one game to satisfy for the longest. Having said all that, this advice is totally useless if you or your gifting target feel super strongly about any one of these particular titles. A diehard Star Wars fan is obviously going to lean more towards Battlefront if they don't own it already, and not everyone likes Call of Duty's fast-paced gameplay. If you named your dog Cortana, you should probably stop watching this video immediately and go play Halo 5. My point is, at the end of the day, they're all great options. So let me know in the comments if you have one or more of these awesome games, or which you're buying as gifts this holiday season. Definitely like the video if you struggle like me every year to decide between all the fun multiplayer experiences available, or just like it anyway. Subscribe if you're new to the channel, it really helps out, and I hope you all come back for more content each week. Thanks for watching.
I don't know, but this is way better. Holy shit, this is amazing! Flying through some ATSTs, ATATs. I see you, bud. I see you. Oh god, I blew up again.